Hi everybody, and we're just going to queue this up here. Hi everybody, and welcome. So we're just going to do a quick audio check as usual, and welcome to the show. So we're at the end of auction day 145. Can you believe it? 145, almost up at that 150 mark. So that's 5 months. So heading up there, folks. Pretty exciting. And we've got 8 minutes to go in today's regular auction. Pretty much sold out already, so pretty cool. It's great to get that regular auction sold out after yesterday's VCA, so not too bad at all. So welcome to the show. Uh, let yourself be known in the chat. We always like to hear your comments, your thoughts, etc. So I've got a good topic for tonight: liquidity squeeze and Axion Pumpamentals. So that should be a bit of fun to go through that. I do talk about that from time to time, but we'll have a look at. We've got better numbers now, so we're going to check that out. And that's a new indicator which has been updated. So looking good. Not new indicator, but an updated indicator. So pretty cool. So welcome everybody. Here we're counting it down. Regular auctions, pretty look at that already. It's been sold out for most of the day, to be honest. So pretty cool. And yeah, looking good. So we've got auction rate at 4.7 million per ETH. So it's awesome. Now, if you want to get into this auction, it is at 21.19 Ethereum in there, and so there's a little bit of room in there to get that 10% discount, just 10% bonus in Axion if you use a referral link. So you can still get and do that. Now, the sold out at 90% mark was 19.81. So we're going to jump over to the Axion Today desktop and have a look at the dashboard there. We've got the auction price is still 3.28% cheaper, so you're going to get 10% Axion bonus plus 3.2% to 3.3 basically percent cheaper as well, because the auction price is a little bit cheaper than the market price on Uniswap. So we'll see if that holds up. We've got 6 minutes to go there, so that's pretty cool. Welcome to the chat. Hey, so we've got Stephen Conlon. Hey, we haven't seen you for a while, Stephen. So good greetings all. Good to have you. Cardano TV. Good morning from the UK. Good to see you, Cardano TV. Very cool. Some familiar faces in there. Electronic name faces on there. So pretty cool. And yeah, it's looking good. 6 minutes to go. Let's see if we get a bit more in there, but we're pretty much sold out. So there is a little room if you wanted to get in with a bit of ETH there. But once again, so this is a regular auction. So 80% of the Ethereum goes onto Uniswap and buys Axion, gives that back to stakers. That's all stakers. Pretty cool. And 19% goes to the Axion Foundation team for development and marketing, and 1% goes to plant trees, and so that's going really well. I think we've planted well in excess of 1 million trees, looking good. And yeah, so we've got 5 minutes to go on this regular auction. If you're going to bid into the auction as a bidder, that means you hook up your MetaMask wallet to the site on the official site. That's this one here. You hook up your MetaMask wallet and get some Ethereum. Put the Ethereum in, it will read your balance, send max, and then you can put your bid in. That's the amount of Ethereum you want to go in, and that will go in Ethereum there. You'll get a row below that called My Bets, and it would have basically your Ethereum that you've entered and how much you will get from the auction. And if you use a referral code, you'll get 10% bonus. If you self-refer, you can even get up to 20% bonus. It's pretty neat. And at the moment, you're getting a slight discount to market as well, about 3%. So pretty good day today for the auction to enter. And of course, the Uniswap price is actually a bit lower. So you're actually getting a lot more Axion today. 4.7, the price has rebounded a bit. So you can see that we've actually got a bit of a rebound there. Now let's take it back to the day chart and have a look at this. This is my day chart, and you can see that we were in a triangle. We had support, and I should say it was weak support at 4526, but we had bounced off it like 6 or 7 times, so maybe not so weak, sort of moderate level support there. But we probably needed a couple more cycles, and we did break that, and we ended up going back down to hit the bottom of the triangle there, but we've actually rebounded off that, so we're still inside that triangle and moving back up. So we're back up to 000438. We did bottom out at 0041. So that if you've picked up some then, congratulations to you for that. I think Ethereum was pulling back a little bit there too, so that's some interesting stuff there. Sometimes people sell off to exit into US dollars, and so that's what they do. They sell down their positions and exit. So that's what you see when Ethereum pulls back. People will suddenly pull out of altcoins, and so that's you do see a bit of that going on. And because it's a marginal price, you only need a little bit. You only need a couple hundred million to start to make the price go down. But it looks like it's rebounded back, so that's pretty exciting. Looking good. So 3 minutes to go, regular day auction. Now, what have we got coming up? We've got regular auction. We've got another regular auction coming up, which is about to start in 3 minutes, and that's got 100 million Axion in it, so you can enter that as well. And that actually might be quite a good date as well. And that is going to be that's going to be regular auction day. It's going to be day 145. So, sorry, 146. It's going to be auction day 146. And then following that, we've got the mega VCA on Friday, which has a flow over from Tuesday, and we're going to have, at the moment, it's got 1.486, so almost 1.5 billion Axion in the mega auction. Going to be on Friday for the venture capital auction, so that's pretty awesome. It's going to be a bit of fun. Watch that one. I think there's going to be lots of sparks flying during that 24-hour period, and it'll probably behave quite differently from the last one, is my expectation. So we'll watch the space on that one. So here, 2 minutes to go. We're counting it down. We're going to head to, so when 80% of the Ethereum that goes into this auction goes on the Uniswap, and you buy back X and goes to stakers, and at the moment the buybacks you can see at the bottom there are 79 million, so $34,500 is going back to all the stakers on the platform in proportion to their share percentage, how many shares they own compared to the whole amount of shares. So we've got 2 minutes to go. We'll just switch over to the other view. So we've got two different views that we can use, the official Axion dashboard and the Axion Today dashboard, which is an official partner of the Axion Foundation. So we're using their one that's got the discount there, so it's quite nice to see that if you're bidding in. Gives you a bit of extra information there. And it says that, we needed 90.6 ETH, and we've basically sold out 21.19. And there's just a slight room between the total amount, so if you want to enter, you can do that. Obviously it's getting tight now, 1 minute 24 seconds. Now on this channel I always promote entering at the last hour or last 10 minutes, somewhere in that vicinity, so that you know what your auction price discount is to Uniswap. Obviously you're still getting the bonuses above that, so I just keep saying that every video so that people get it, the people that come in, not all for the people that have been around for a while. It's really for new people. So a minute to go, counting it down, looking good, 21.19. It's nice to get a nice sellout here. Pretty much all the regular auctions seem to be selling out. Sometimes they get oversold, but this is a good auction today to enter. So pretty cool. We've got 47 seconds to go. This is a pretty good result. People are going to get the 10% Axion bonus, plus a 3.29% cheaper, plus Uniswap price is cheaper than it has been the last couple of days, and they're also, so it's a pretty win-win-win for people that are bidding in. When you come out of this auction, you have to withdraw it and stake it. You have to stake for a minimum of 60 days on a regular auction, whereas a venture capital auction you stake for 120 days, twice as long, but you get 10% wrapped Bitcoin back immediately, so there's a bit of a trade-off there. 18 seconds, we're counting it down there. Pretty cool, and the price is at 0.0004368 US cents. So pretty awesome stuff there. And we're going to talk about the Pumpamentals after this, so hopefully you enjoy that as well. We've got something, so I think it's pretty cool, and it's going to help people make decisions as well, decision making. It's quite good. All right, so we finished there, 21.19, that's finished, and so people got a good result. They got 10% bonus. If they self-refer, they got 20% bonus Axion, and also they got a discount to market, 3.29%, and they also got the price on the Uniswap is actually cheaper than it has been. You can see that the price is really good. That's a great result, 4.7, just over 4.7 million, plus that 10%, so that's 470,000. That's over 5 million Axion. If they self-referred, that's close to 5.5 million. So pretty awesome stuff there. And they also got it cheaper than on Uniswap. All right, so that's that one, and probably we're gonna have the new auction start soon. Let's check it out. So 79 million Axion was given back to stakers today at $34,500 US. So that's pretty good all around. We'll wait for it to the new one to start, but while we're doing that, we'll go around and look at some of the key stats. We can see that the staked amount, we've got the total amount supply is 259, basically 260 billion Axion. That's the total supply. Now, we've had much talk about liquidity and liquidity squeeze. So some people understand this, some people are trying to get their heads around it. Basically, they've changed the figure. So the figure's dropped down from 50, I think it was about 56, 57 billion, and you can see it's now 39.7. So that's been adjusted for all the contracts that are at the top of the Axion token on Etherscan. So you can see that, and basically it's taking out all the contracts and the team's development wallet. So you're looking at probably down from about 85 billion on Uniswap, on the Etherscan. It's showing now 39.7. So that's the new metrics just come out in the last 24 hours. I wasn't there when it actually got updated, but it's just come out, and it's nice to see that because that gives a much better picture of liquidity. So when we've often heard Scott and other people talking about the tokenomics and how once the fact that we've got more staking going on than we are minting coins, so 2.5 billion coins being minted each week, but we're staking more than that, right? And you can see that in all the numbers. We've got a massive staking amounts here of 220.3 billion stakes, so pretty outstanding. That's pretty amazing stuff, and that includes a lot of that stuff. So it's pretty cool. And what we've got is 39.7. Now that's going down. That's a really good number. And what happens is that we've got to wait till there's a turning point coming up. Is it going to be a couple of weeks? Is it going to be 6 weeks? I don't know. It's going to be in that time frame somewhere, potentially. That once the liquidity gets squeezed down, we get a liquidity squeeze. That's hence the name of the video. We get a liquidity squeeze. The remaining liquidity is either held by stakers who just got a percentage liquid and it's pretty much inactive, or we've got people that are just sitting on it and not really doing much with it, right? So we've got those sort of two people doing it. We always have some swing traders, we always have some traders, spot traders in there. That's always going to be the case. But what happens when you get that liquidity squeezed down, you get far less chance of people selling down. You get it as you get more stakers, and that's what we're seeing. We're getting way more stakers that you get up. So here, the stake percentage has basically jumped to 85% there, so 84.72, and we want to head up towards 95%. So basically this liquid, we want to get more of that staked over time, and that's what we've been seeing, and we want that to keep dropping down. So basically, the first time we've dropped down 40 billion was yesterday, and we seem to be dropping down from there. So that's very cool. And the more that closes down, then we'll start to see that parabolic price rise, and we'll get re-rated. We want to get re-rated, and let's go back to the price chart so we can see that in a bit more detail. And what here, you're on, this is the daily chart for Axion, and we're going to quickly check the price here. So we're going to use this one here, the purple. You can see that we're at this price level here, and then we re-rated up to, we were trying to attack this line. We attacked that line, and then we moved up to this second purple line, and we were kind of getting re-rated up to this point. So we were at this line here, 0002, and then we basically moved up towards this line, which is 00034, and now we're basically moved up to this line here, the 00045. So we're trying to re-rate all the time. So we don't mind that the price goes up and then it pulls back, but we want to get to it. We want to have a higher low. That's what we want to see. So the higher lows are what we're after. And at the moment we're tracing up at 00044. And eventually when that liquidity squeeze happens, you'll see a massive a liquidity rise. That's what we're expecting to see. That's what people are talking about. And as long as we get more staking than we do minting, that's what's going to happen. That liquidity figure that we're looking at is going to go lower and lower and lower. And the lower it gets down to, it means it's going to get down to an inactive, closer to inactive liquidity. It doesn't mean that this, like I said, there's going to be spot traders, going to be people who are still moving stuff around, but it's going to be less economic energy for them to move the price down. And the other side of it too is that we've got less whales floating around. By my account, we've got one or two that have short stakes, and some of that seems to have been staked longer. So if they start to change their decisions as well, we'll see what happens there. Let's quickly check my overview. I think I've got it here. So we'll just check these accounts. I've got a few notifications there, so we'll check that out. So that's 200 million. I'm just trying to find. There we go. I think it's F73. So this is one of the whales that I'm watching. So they've got 1.7 billion staked at the moment, but this is not. Most whales are staked long term. So we've got liquidity squeeze happening. We've got more people overall staking than not. Obviously, there's a minimum stake period out of the auctions, but they're staking longer, typically staking longer. The number banded around is like 60%, something like that. So for long, staking very long. And basically, this whale's here's got 1.7, and we can see that if we go to their account, we've got 9.35 years. So this one here looks like it may have been staking some more. We'll just check that out. We've got one. So we've still got 1.3 billion coming out on the 5th of February. On the 2nd of May. Sorry, 2nd of May. But we've got a couple of stakes in there for 15 years. So they've done about 300 million. And got another one coming out in July, 100 million. So this one here is not fully committed yet. They've done a partial commitment. So interesting to see that from them. And I think we have one more other whale with short stakes that I'm aware of. So it's just interesting. So we've got liquidity squeeze overall. The whole community is staking more than minting. We've got 1 or 2 whales around left. Obviously, we had about 3 leave and plus a big shark. And we've gone through those price levels. And now we're up here at the 0004 mark. So that's where we're at the moment. And that liquidity squeeze is the main thing we want to see. Obviously, we can, with a parabolic rise to re-rate to another level, particularly that's our first target's really like 0001 is kind of the common target we talk about, but we want to blow past that. Once we get it exponential, it starts to move up with that liquidity squeezing. And if you can get more wallets in, get those wallets rising up, then you're going to get there faster. It's going to happen, that trigger period is going to happen faster. So we're all waiting for that, but I still think it's a few weeks away, in my opinion. So at least, so we'll see how that happens. It really depends on this figure. In my view, this liquidity figure of 39.7, that is tremendous. That result is tremendous, but it doesn't mean that we're quite there yet for the trigger. We're going to get into sort of a Goldilocks zone, and we'll see how that happens. Obviously, we also got the VCA. So last VCA number 8, we've had 7 very good sellout VCAs. Then number 8 was at about 36%, 37%. And so that's been rolled over to this Friday. So that'd be interesting to see how that plays out. As I've said in the past, getting a 30-40% is actually quite a good result for VCA. But obviously we've been used to sellout ones, so we'll watch out for the Friday one. I'm expecting it to be quite bullish, but we'll see. Also depends what's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum at the time. If Ethereum moves back, people tend to sell altcoins. We did have a bit of that timing happen as well for the VCA number 8. So people sell out of Ethereum, go into US dollars to protect the US dollar value. To get that sort of behavior going on as well. So interesting stuff. But once again, I said the liquidity squeeze is getting smaller, so there's less liquid to sell down on the market. So that's pretty cool. And once you get more buyers up, you're going to really ramp up that price. So those are the factors that are moving around at the moment. So hopefully that gives some insight to people, particularly new people, about what's going on there. So we're all watching with our binoculars and watching these numbers. This liquid number in particular is the number one number I'm watching at the moment. The other one I'm watching is the wallets. So if I screen down, on the analytics page, there's the second tab on the Axion dashboard. You can see the links in the video descriptions for all these sites that I'm going through. You can see, well, actually the number today is not updated, so something, they may be doing an updated number, but the last week is 94, but there's no update for today, I don't believe. So I think he's doing a few updates. I have seen a few updates there, so that one's not a great one to look at the moment. So we'll probably check that up again tomorrow in tomorrow's auction video and see what comes up there. So pretty cool. It's been, definitely some upgrades going on at the moment on this site. Let's have a quick look through the overall numbers. So hopefully that helped with the liquidity squeeze. That's the number thing we're watching, as well as wallets. We want to see those wallets to go up over the next few weeks and months. So pretty exciting. Obviously, we've got crypto rank 581, total stakes 22,894. We've got average stake size 9.28 million, and look at that average stake length, 2,000 days, folks. That's awesome. 2,000 days, longer staking is really good. So I'm really pleased to see that number. I've been talking about that for a few days, so that's another good measure that's happening on. As I said, the fundamentals will eventually drag the price along, and it's something that Scott's been saying, Scott Masterpriest has been saying as well, so pretty cool. Market cap 39.25 million, and staking percentage, that's a real staking percentage now. I think I'm far more comfortable with that staking percentage, 84.72, and you can play around with it 1 or 2% either side, but that's a pretty solid number there. Pretty cool. All right, so Yep, that's those numbers there. We've got the new auction has started, so it's about 12 minutes in. This is regular auction day 146. We've got 100 million in there, $43,842, and it's got 19.49 ETH to sell it out at a 90% sellout weight, so that you still get the 10% auction price discount plus the 10% referral bonus. And if you self-refer, you get a 20%. So awesome stuff there. That's pretty cool. And let's have a quick look at. I think I've gone through all that. Now, the other thing I wanted to check out was that Punkonomics had, that's the strategy and marketing director, had a live stream today on the DAO website that they're starting. So they're going to really formalize that and expand on that. So that's been pretty cool. So I'll just post that in. Punkonomics. So check that out if you haven't missed it. I've just actually started watching it. I haven't actually seen the whole thing. I just started watching it, and then I realized I had the auction closed, so I had to stop doing that. So I'll watch the rest of it after this live stream. Pretty cool. Hey, we're just in the chat there. We've got a few comments there. So Stephen Collin, longer stakes is just smarter. That's right. So we've got a huge amount of stakes long. Let's check that out quickly. Just one thing I don't think I covered. Let's go Axion today. We'll just scroll up there, and we're going to go to the overview tab. This is the one I probably missed. So we've got 493 billion Axion. Awesome. That keeps going up all the time. 85% staked. I don't know any project. As you know, I'm a big supporter of Hex as well, and Hex is nowhere near this. Hex is at like 9.7%, and a vast majority of the liquid supply is actually inside the OA wallet, or that family of wallets. And so Axion stands alone. I don't know. Leave in the chat if you know any other project that's got staking at 85%. I don't know any. And that's the holy grail of a certificate of deposit. You want that. So pretty awesome stuff there. And we've obviously the Max Shares Club 88.77 billion. We're heading up towards that 90 billion mark. Just outstanding stuff. So like I say, all the metrics, liquidity is going down, Max Shares going up, wallets will be start to grow through, and it's going to be pretty exciting stuff. We're just waiting for that golden period where we transition between this point and parabolic price rise. And how many weeks is that? I don't know. Is it 2 months? I don't know. But it's not. It can't be that long. If we keep going at the same trajectory on all those numbers, that's what we're expecting. So pretty cool. We've also had 52.41 BTC paid out. That's $3 million US. Pretty awesome. 33 BTC's been paid out. That doesn't affect Axion price at all. That goes to people's wallets. Some people reinvest it. Some people just hodl it, and whatever. Some people sell it. So there's lots of stuff going on there. That's really a huge strength to Axion again. So pretty awesome stuff. All right. So let's have a quick look. Well, I think I was going to the show. So Punkonomics doing the decentralized autonomous organization. That's basically where we're going to have the voting. It's going to shift from Discord. So as you know, Telegram's not really functional for doing a lot of this stuff. Has a lot of spam in it as well. And Discord is pretty good. It's quite nicely structured folders and stuff. But here they're going to move to a more full DAO. I haven't watched the whole video, so I need to go through it. But that's the idea. And they're going to have a dedicated website where they can do lots of stuff around the DAO, a full DAO from the looks of it. So I'm looking forward to watching it too. So you can check that out and see that Andreas is in there. Hype intensifies. One of his favorite catchphrases. I can see him on there. And so I'm going to watch that too. Let's quickly check here. So John Atkins, hey John, good morning to you. Good to see the regular auctions went well. Yeah, nice. They're just a staple, just keep ticking along. They kind of provide a minimum base now, don't they, for the ETH going into the auctions, is the regular auctions. SA Home Buyers, cools, loving Axion. Yeah, love it too, SA Home Buyer. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat yesterday. And you've given me a couple others and other days. I really appreciate that, SA Home Buyer. Stephen Collin, April is going to be a great month for Axion. Absolutely. Axion's really a turning point for me. That's why I'm talking about in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't know exactly the future. All I know is that all the fundamentals are heading in the right direction. John Atkins, good to hear Scott's view on Axion today on Tuesday. Yeah, so if you haven't seen that on Axion today, Scott, he's a tokenomics guy that was behind the venture capital auctions to start with. He was on Axion today, did a wonderful rundown, covered a lot of the topics I've just covered, and now we actually have that liquidity figure recalculated too on the Axion dashboard, as I showed you. So we're under 40 billion liquidity, and that's going to continue to fall. We'll be watching that number closely, and at some stage that's going to trigger a price readjustment, and so that's what we're looking for, and in particular a parabolic. So we'll keep looking out for that. Eddie, go end of the year price target for Axion. My price target's always been the same. My target's a lot more conservative than everybody else's. I'm always what my price is at 0.0035. That's always been my price target. But once again, I like to be conservative, and but other people are looking at Scott redid it on, was it the 9th of March? He readjusted his from 1 cent to 3 to 5 cents. So pretty epic there. So you take your pick, but yeah, I like to take a more conservative position on price. But like I say, Axion has the potential to a parabolic quite easily up to 1 cent once we get that liquidity down. So I'll readjust my forecast as we see that number go down. I think once we get, from my view, once we get down to that 30 bill, maybe 25 bill, that could be the trigger point. So we'll watch out for there. So hopefully that gives you a bit of insight from this is my opinion, of course, but that's hopefully that gives you some one view to consider, as it were. So that's what's going on there. So that's the Punky, that's the decentralized autonomous organization. So that will really please some in the crypto community about that. So they're going to be building that out. I'm going to watch that video after the live stream. So I hope you enjoyed that. So that's a pretty good coverage. And on that note, we just hit 0.0004467, which is a pretty good place to finish. But we'll wrap up with the liquidity on there. We've got just under 8.8 million in liquidity, and we've got 523,000 in daily volume, so just on the softer side, obviously, with but we have a nice green candle on today. That's looking good, bit of a rebound, nice to have. 2,161 ETH, just under 10 billion AXN in the pool, 42,000 transactions, and those transaction levels are really good, so I'm glad to see that. And you can see all the buys and sells going on in here at the moment, so there we are. That's pretty cool. Let's have a look at the no ETH in there yet for 90 minutes, but 24 hours to go, so pretty cool. Let's have a quick look. Conservative, that sounds fantastic. Almost that's almost a 10x, Steven says. Well, that's why I say. I mean, I'm conservative compared to other people's view on the price, but that's still a 10x from here. You're right. So that's pretty good. So there we are, 10x. Let's have a look. So what's the price now? 4.4. Let me have a look here. So 5. Yeah, we're not far. You'd need about 22x to get to 1 cent. I think it is 22x, something like that. Hi Patricia. Hi Superman, says Patricia. And what do you think will happen with Friday's VCA? Better than disappointing? Disappointed 8. 8 was not great after all. Yeah, so 8 was, like I said, I've seen it prior to VCA 8 that 30 to 40% is actually quite a good result for dividends. Because remember, you've got an 8% Axion inflation minimum return, and then you get the dividends from the regular auctions, which sell out all the time or get oversold. And then you've got, on top of that, the VCAs, which are 80% of the Axion. So if you get 34%, that's still a pretty good result, but the market will often price up, right? So the market will actually go, I want to get a full sale, a seller, at least 90%. The market probably does that, but we saw a little bit of selling off, but we had Ethereum also pulling back a little bit, people taking some profits from memory. So I think that think that Friday will probably be quite good, and it'll be a bit of fun and fireworks on Friday. But as you know, I can't predict the future. I just think that it's going to be pretty fun. And there's lots in there, so it's going to be a mega VCA. Be our first mega VCA with a big rollover. So pretty cool. Almost 1.5 billion in there. Let's go back to that actually. We can see that on here. Yeah, 1,486,620,000 at the moment. So that's pretty cool. We'll see whether that adds on a bit more by the time we get there. But that's going to be very attractive to a lot of people. I think that will bring in Ethereum on the board there, and depends if we have a nice positive Ethereum BTC climate, then that could pose quite well as well. And as hopefully we'll get a bit more of a slight price improvement as well. Maybe get up to that 0.004648 mark, just before that 0.005, and let's see where that would head up. So 1 day, yeah, if we can get up to that 0.0047 mark, something like that, that'd be quite nice, and that would require even more ETH in there, and you'd need at the moment the price is actually pretty low, so it makes it a lot cheaper. People are getting a lot better deal this Friday if the price does hold down this level. So that's sort of a trade-off there. So let's see what happens with that. That would actually make a lot more people go in when they're getting more Axion per ETH, as well as getting the 10% wrap Bitcoin. So yeah, maybe some people will say that the price stays the same, but I think the price will travel up just a little bit more. Maybe 46, 47. So I'm thinking from a staker's point of view rather than a bidder's point of view, but from a bidder, then this is quite attractive, this level at the moment. Eddie Go says, to the moon, get more Axion as soon as possible. Yeah, that's the thing, is that one thing you're having happen in Hex. So let's have a quick look at Hex. Hex is actually on a breakout. It's happening slow and sure and true. And we'll just jump to Hex for a moment. You can see that it's at 0.21. It's sort of chugging itself up there as it goes, and it's going to actually go. I'm expecting it parabolic already, so I think Axion will get one of those, but it'll be a bit later. And whereas Hex is kind of, I think it's going to happen now. I don't know what. Maybe this just got sold off there a bit. Well, just as I'm refreshing it, we'll check that out. Just close down a few things that I'm not using now. So I'm just refreshing it there. Just got to let it boot up. Sometimes it can be a little bit slow with there's quite a bit of a lot of stuff rendering on the DEX tools. Pulling in a lot of data, probably APIs and stuff. Looks a bit better. All right, so it's at 2.12 cents. Now, obviously, there's a lot of Hex holders in Axion as well. Look at that beautiful chart. So I'm expecting something like this for Axion later down the track, and just when we get that liquidity squeeze going is the main driver of that. That would be accelerated, like I say, by wallet growth, and so we're looking at that as well. So you can see the breakout here. I'm expecting. Let's have a look at. I'm going to go to the 3-day chart, and we'll full screen this. Now, there's low liquidity on Hex, and it's intentional, and also 3/4 of the, well, 2/3 at least, and maybe 3/4 has gone to US dollars from ETH, and that's intentional as well. So you can see that at the moment, this is the Hex chart that we've got on DEX tools. So I'm expecting that this rise will be parabolic, and when it moves, it looks like it's just sort of loading up. We had accumulation phases in here. There's a 3-day chart. Remember, every candle's 3 days. And I'm expecting it to go here. I'll just do some I'm expecting it to go between here and here. So I'm expecting this chart. You're looking at it now. I'm expecting at some stage it's going to go boop up there. You heard it, folks. Because once you get over 1 cent, the game changes a lot, right? And I'm expecting it to go up to here. So let's watch out for that. And that's what I'm expecting to happen to Axion later on down the track. And that's what we're talking about now. Where will it re-rate? It will go up there, but where's it going to come down to? I don't know. Maybe 6 or 7 cents. It's going to re-rate. I'm very bullish on Hex long term. And I think that Axion's going to have this, but I think the timing's going to be when we get that liquidity squeeze. And that, like I say, if it gets accelerated by more staking from the liquid pool, that's so the liquidity squeeze, more liquid gets staked, and we've got an awesome trend for that. Over 2 to 1 we've been having, and also if we get more wallets, that will accelerate, because that's even more people staking, more people demanding Axion. And the way that the regular auction, the VCA, is set up, they've got more people going onto Uniswap having to buy. So even though we see those dips and flows, as the liquidity squeeze gets lower, and that's why we're tracking that every day. We do this auction video, we're always tracking. I always talk about the liquidity, and now we've got a better number to reference it from, because I'm always having to adjust the number. But it's pretty exciting stuff. So I think that's pretty bullish. This is the beginning. I'm actually a super bull on Hex, and I'm also very bullish on Axion, and I think that they're both going to be standouts as value tokens. Remember, value tokens, as opposed to most of the DeFi and stuff that's around yield farming, these are the strong form. These are the ones that are, for me, counter bearish tokens. But you have to get to critical mass. So Axion has to get the critical mass. It's getting there. Once it gets to that liquidity, I'm very bullish. But Hex is already ahead of us. So Hex has already been. We've been around almost 5 months. Hex has been around for 1.5 years. They're well ahead in time. And there's other different features to it, stuff like that. So some interesting stuff going on there. So hopefully there's a bit of insight. They've also got the fork chain. They're forking off into Pulsechain. That's a major development. I mean, that's just another mind-blowing. Even without that, Hex was looking great, but there's just another huge bullish thing, especially if it comes out with some special features that are revolutionary, which I'm expecting based on Richard Hart's comments. So look out for that. Now, there's a lot of Hex holders that hold Axion. So if Hex does well, then they will probably redistribute some of that into Axion. We've already seen that. We've got some people in the chat that actually do that, and so that's pretty common to do. So pretty exciting stuff there. Let's have a quick look at some of the comments there. John says, I think Patricia is secretly lowest lane. That's pretty funny. How far later in and later on, I meant. Let's have a look back to the question there. Friday, Tuesday. Oh, so yeah, I think we've had a flippening on the VCA, so I think we're going to get more of it at the end. I think that's when we're going to have a flippening from the sniping at the beginning, move to sniping at the end. So I think that pattern will happen. So that's what I think will happen. But I think that with people getting more Axion per ETH, it's a great place to buy up heaps of Axion and then stake it long term. So I think there'll be quite a few players getting in there for that too, Patricia. So hopefully that answers your question from both counts. I'll get out of that chart there. We'll jump back to the auction. We'll probably finish up on that. Patricia, hi John, maybe I am. I just actually watched, was it the Snyder Cut? I watched that. It was brilliant. The Snyder Cut, man, it was so much. I enjoyed it. The other one was okay, but the Snyder Cut was really cool. Stephen Conlon, I'd like to see the Axion community spreading the good news of the investment potential and the great tokenomics behind Axion. Yeah, so Punkynomics, Brian has been doing still a lot of A/B testing, and apparently that's going to start flipping around this month in April. So I think that message is going to get out more and more. They've been doing ads on IBS and Danger Digital, I always tongue twist on that, has been doing a lot of stuff around SEOing. I think they've got a new website coming out in addition to the onboarding decision tree that they've got, where you're a new person, sort of a amateur crypto person to an expert crypto person. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Superman, I meant how long will it take until Axion, in your opinion, does a parabolic Hex style? Yeah, so I'm thinking if I was going to get a hard number, I'm thinking it's going to be, I haven't done the math. I could do the math. Actually, I might do that, actually, Patricia. I can work out an estimate based on my information. I don't have as much information as the Axion Foundation team have, but based on what I can see, I could probably do an estimate on that. Go back and watch some videos. I could do some changes stuff over time. But I'm thinking 6 weeks is probably the soonest that we could see that, 6 weeks. And that assumes the net staking keeps going. So that's where that if you're going to hold me to that, probably be the beginning of the period. So 6 weeks to 3 months, let's say that. It could be quick sooner than that, but at the moment, given the numbers, I think that would be the case. But we'll see how the VCA goes on VCA number 9. I'm running out of fingers, but VCA number 9, we'll see how that goes, and I think that would probably be there. All right. So, but you got me for a date there, Patricia, so well done. Will it take Axion? Yeah, so that's a good answer to that one. So hope you guys enjoyed this. This was we've started regular auction day 146, and I think it's pretty cool. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And onwards and upwards, we've obviously got this regular auction. We've got the number 9 VCA in less than 24 hours. So that's going to be more wrapped Bitcoin divs for everybody. So you can check your staking page, and I think that's going to be pretty fun. Some really nice questions in there. Appreciate that. Good to see some people I haven't seen for a while. Good to see Eddie, Stephen, Colin. Good to see you. And Cardano TV. SA Homebuyer, thanks very much again. and yeah, really great. So I hope you guys enjoy yourself, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Once again, if you want to hit the new website, AxionBTC.com, check it out, save it to your favorites, and if you want to introduce new people to Axion, feel free to use that site as well as some of Axion.network as well, or Axion Today stuff as well. So the Axion Today app is out on Android and on iOS, so you can download that and have Axion on your phone. Pretty cool. So there's lots of stuff happening in Axion world. It is ramping up, and we've got a lot of work ahead of us in the community, and just keep spreading the word. So awesome stuff. Take care, everybody, and thanks for watching. Cheers. Thanks, Patricia. Appreciate that. Bye for now.